I remember studying English literature more years ago than I care to remember. And the senior lecturer, who, as far as I know, had no particular faith, she said to me, I believe the parable of the prodigal son is the greatest short story ever written. The story of the boy who broke his father's heart. And Dr. Luke puts it like this: and while the boy was still a long way off, his father saw him and had compassion on him. And he ran to him and he hugged him and he kissed him. And the boy said, Father, I've sinned against heaven and against you. I'm no more worthy to be called your son. But the father said, no, put a robe on his back and a ring on his finger and shoes on his feet. My boy's home. That many of us have carried a load of guilt for our prodigals that we have no right to carry. It's not that we've been perfect brothers or sisters, perfect children, perfect friends, and especially perfect parents. We've just been parents. Most of the Bible is God, the perfect parent, crying over his children. And so often you are saying, what could I have done more? God, forgive me. If I'd done more, if I'd lent him that book, if I took him to that meeting, all those if onlys. Sometimes you have to lay down the guilt. And that sets you free at last to bring them to God. My heart has cried for my prodigals. I understand something of what you feel. I can't promise you that, but I know this. There is no better place to bring our prodigals than the foot of this cross. As we cry out sometimes from broken hearts, Lord, wherever they are, touch them. Be with them. You love them more than us. By your grace, bring them home. This simple message, which has now touched the lives of millions across the world, has at its heart that each of us are totally thrown on God for our prodigals. And part of this evening will be crying out to the Creator of the universe and saying, Father, wherever they are, touch my prodigal, and from the four corners of the earth, bring them home. I hope with all my heart you can share this evening with us and cry out to God for the prodigals of your nation, your home, the prodigal God has laid on your heart.